Everything he does is careful. These labels are careful attacks. This is where Pegasus is wrong. He attributes incompetence and ignorance where there is malice. When something is careless, it's done by accident. It's not done with the intention of the outcome. Every outcome that he creates, he is intending to create. The outcome where people start calling Tectone a pedophile and a rapist are outcomes that he has perfectly designed to do. That's what he wants. Everything that he says is intentional. It's not careless. So Hassan did not have nice things to say about Charlie Kirk, even when he had a bullet put in his neck. This guy is truly the spawn of Satan, and he says things about people at their lowest that I wouldn't say about anybody who I hated the most in my entire life at their lowest. This guy is truly evil, and it's getting shown and revealed even more every single day.
Welcome back to a series so dumb, even Hassan subscribed. In today's video, Hassan is now being an absolute narcissist, making the Charlie Kirk assassination about himself.
So he immediately after Charlie Kirk was assassinated, pivoted the topic from his death to the death of children who die from gun violence every single day in America. Yeah. This guy is such an opportunist. He literally looks at a death of an innocent person and says to himself, well, hold on, how do I make this about my political cause that I talk about on my stream in front of my audience? Dude, you suck. You actually are the worst.
He's slandering even more people and talking about morality. Ethan is back on TikTok talking about the disgusting response of fellow lefties celebrating Charlie's death.
You know, at least it gave me a little bit of hope that some of the liberals that I know in my real life were actually very respectful about this whole thing. They said, well, obviously, I feel terrible about what happened, and this should never take place in modern America. And what they do, and I appreciate this, is they mention their disagreements with him after the grieving. It's an order of operations thing. I feel like people have gotten so used to saying, although I didn't disagree with what he said, he didn't deserve to die. It's like, well, doesn't the whole he doesn't deserve to die thing deserve to come first in the sentence, you know? I feel like it's weird.
Hassan clips are going viral on Twitter where he's advocating for violence.
You know what I'm saying? It's like they're more concerned about making sure they're viewed well socially before grieving the dude's death. They're like, okay, before you get mad at me for saying what I'm about to say about the dude who got shot in the neck, just so you know, I'm one of your friends. I'm an ally.
It's numerous
You're
times.
Weird.
King of all jellyfish, Ludwig, has talked about the Charlie Kirk situation.
No fucking way. Oh, God. What does this guy have to say? Oh, my God. Look at him. Do you ever look at this guy and wonder what he has to say? Are you ever looking at him and you're like, okay, what's Ludwig's take? You know, you ever just sit down in your recliner and turn on the TV, you see the bombings happening in the world, and you're like, okay, hold on. Who's got the remote? We gotta pause this. Mute the TV. Sweetie, can you mute the TV? I think maybe Ludwig tuned in on this. We have to pull him up on YouTube.
In the most spineless way possible.
Oh my God. What a fuck. Oh my God.
Disgusting chat shares similarities to Hassan.
Oh
a
boy.
bunch of people are going viral for openly celebrating the assassination.
Hey, at least these people are losing their jobs.
Asmongold is going scorched earth on the psychos celebrating Charlie's death. Boldest man alive, Tectone, is calling out Hassan, and he's pretty angry. Subscribe, or Hassan becomes supreme overlord of the universe. Give it up for the rank #1 invertebrate, Jellywig.
Let's up those numbers!
Now let's begin with Hassan being an absolute narcissist, making the assassination about himself. Hassan talks about how his worldview leads to safer outcomes than that of Charlie Kirk.
On God, bro, I want to smack the shit out of you, bro. Real shit. Like in Minecraft, if we were in a Minecraft 1v1, I would smack you with my sword, my iron sword.
You are the opposite of Charlie Kirk politically in a different reality. We'd be watching Charlie Kirk cover your death, both sides.
Why does he talk like that? I am watching Charlie Kirk. Dude, holy shit. Do you know how to read? I don't. But I don't sit here acting like I do. I'm an illiterate loser. You're an illiterate loser too. We're one and the same.
Sides are wrong.
Hop on Hypixel. Yeah, bro. Get on Hypixel.
And people need to come together. No side is morally above the other. This does nothing to make us weaker as a country. Dog. My worldview does not revolve around consistently claiming that an ethnic group or any sort of inalienable characteristic or trait means that someone is inferior.
Yes, you do. You think Nepo babies who are born rich, who they, you know, when inalienable, he says, my ideology doesn't say that things people can't control makes them bad, except he hates rich people, which a lot of people don't choose to be rich. They're just born like that. So, dumbass, a lot of what you believe is that a lot of people who are born with wealth should have that wealth forcefully taken from them. You fucking idiot. He also says it about Jews. Oh, yeah, that also is true.
Okay? There is no both sides on this. This is delusional.
Dude, holy shit, man. He gets 70,000 sometimes people watching him. Sheesh, bro. What are we gonna do with those people, huh? Ay, ay, ay. Those are the kind of people that you make a bot to raid the Kahoot in your classroom in middle school with funny usernames, and then he, like, sees you doing it and reports you to the principal. That guy's watching Hassan.
Never demonizes an entire group, guys. Mr. I support the Houthis, 10 toes down.
10 toes fucking down.
Yeah, so the Houthis, whose slogan says they want D to America and to end all the Jews. Yeah, that's not hateful at all, guys. I don't support violence. I just support people who support violence, actually. We got the #1 Hamas and Hezbollah dick rider.
Well, no, he also does support violence because when you attend a violent protest in support of the protest, you are, by extension, supporting the violence.
Here saying he's the reasonable one. I don't support violence, guys, unless it's done by terrorists. Then I actually love it. Right, so this next part, he uses his classic tactic of slander anyone he disagrees with. And this is particularly heinous considering the dude just died.
People who just sit around and go, ha, both sides are the same is crazy.
No, both sides are not the same. You know, I think he's trying to highlight some sort of moist critical person who, you know, they try to sit on this, you know, enlightened chair of moral high ground to tell people that both sides are incorrect. But I don't believe that. I actually believe that your side is like 20 billion% worse. So, you know,
Charlie Kirk.
If your beef with this is with enlightened centrists, I hate to tell you, you're 10 times worse than the centrists or the right-wingers.
Kirk has spent a lifetime fucking talking about like how fearful he is of a black pilot, of the Civil Rights Act was actually a mistake. Like, consistently.
He's afraid of black pilots? Brother, are you not? You don't think old white people land planes the best? Old white people land planes the best! Hello?
Trying to draw the clock of progress backwards to the best of his ability and to some success, as a matter of fact. People with no political convictions who cannot comprehend how different ideologies yield different outcomes just look at the situation from afar and go, these guys are both talking about politics.
No, dickhead, I'm saying what you're saying is dumb as fuck. You sound like a tomato.
You're not wrong when you say I'm the opposite of Charlie Kirk politically. Okay, you're not wrong about that at all. It's something that I say too. I am diametrically opposed to everything that he presented.
Okay, so obviously Hassan is doing his absolute best to smear this guy in any which way possible. Now, obviously, he had a lot of views that you can disagree with for sure, but relying on Hassan to give you the full context of these quotes is like asking a fish to fucking fly. This guy will give you the most disingenuous, lying, manipulative version of whatever was being said. And
okay, no, but at least what he said there about the black pilots thing is true, okay? What he was talking about is how he's worried that at some point he might fly on a plane which is being piloted by a black person, and his worry is that due to DEI, which requires certain racial groups to receive preferential treatment, that they may have earned that spot unfairly without the proper qualifications, which would therefore put his safety in jeopardy. That's obvious. With that being said, we can all admit that certain racial groups do certain things better than other racial groups. Why is this controversial? Do you think black people make better dumplings than Chinese people? No. Do you think Chinese people make better fried chicken than black people? Also, no. Every race has food that they make that is good, and therefore they excel in certain things. This isn't controversial, guys. White people, I mean, what I've noticed is I've been on a lot of planes, you know, and most of the pilots have been white. That seems to be something that white people like to do. Okay, how is that even crazy to say? Sheesh, bruh. Fucking hell, man. It's like, ay.
You just cannot trust him. And I just don't know why.
And this isn't controversial. You know it's not controversial because when people say things are black excellence or white excellence, they're talking about the very things that their race does well. So that means there's some things their race doesn't do well.
Hassan ever feels like he has the high ground to talk about morality. Dude, you support terrorists who kill innocent civilians. If we do the maths, Charlie was a civilian killed by most likely political motivation. He wanted to kill the apparent fascists, right? And Hassan seems to love that type of stuff usually. So I'm very shocked that he ever said he was against it, honestly, because all of his rhetoric points to the fact that he would support this. When Charlie died, you came up with 101 ways to justify it, implying that he had it coming and that he deserved it.
He has played a formative role in his own demise. by playing a part in a media landscape, in a media environment that normalizes this death and destruction.
You did your little fake little cry there with 0 tears in order to get people
Did
off
he
your
actually
back,
cry?
but then immediately went back to the
No way. Did he actually fake cry during this assassination?
propaganda. In fact, your chat still justifies it. It was absolutely insane. The fucking loonies you have fostered.
Fascist, and he was barely on the right. Yeah, wait till he learns about most of the Gen Z right-wingers.
Sure. Here we got some Illuminati emojis, false flag, and
False flag. Holy fuck, bro. Define false flag, dude. What is a false flag? Give an example of one. You're a twat, bro. You're a tool bag.
the sus emoji staged. Oh no, Charlie down, wee-oo, wee-oo. No Fed posting. I'm not upset. Laughing again.
By the way, no Fed posting means no supporting the death. And what that means is that you can't support the death publicly because you'll get in trouble, right? You sound like a federal agent trying to get people in trouble.
Finally, some good news.
It's not in any way about the morality.
Remember when Hassan called Jews inbred? This shitstain wonders why people hate him. Exhibit A, he can't stand a difference in opinion and will always want to make himself the face of change, even though he's anything but.
You know what's hilarious, bro? Watching this and thinking that he still wants to be liked and surrounded by these like 20-year-old Face Clan members, you know? It's like, dude, hey, I'm just like you guys. I'm just a normal 20-year-old Call of Duty Warzone player who likes nothing more than laying back and sipping a Monster Energy talking shit on the mic. It's like, no, actually, you're a political streamer who voices radical opinions every single day, and that's your job. This fly will not fucking die! Where the fuck are you flying, man? Oh my god, I've sprayed these things down 10 million times and they keep spawning.
That gutting these people in the street doesn't strike me as a safer outcome. Yeah, we'll get to that. Basically, a bunch of clips of Hassan are going viral. We'll get to it, don't worry. This worldview, Hassan, is just like waving a gun. Moving on to Hassan crying about Ethan. Basically, Ethan was calling out Hassan for still not facing any consequences on Twitch.
By the way, is the volume good on the stream? Like, is this video like 10 times louder than mine or 10 times quieter, or is it fine? I hope it's fine. If it's not, I'm gonna cry.
For, you know, advocating violence and being anti-Semitic. Hassan responds to Ethan going at him for his behavior on Twitch.
I think he's like trying to like design like a reasonable liberal position for himself, where he just like actively says like the real evil in this country is not the Trump administration or reactionary conservatism, but instead is Hassan Abi Piker and others like him. It's the Twitter leftists that he thinks are the primary villains here.
Yes, you are the villain, Hassan. You are literally responsible for this type of radical shit happening. You consistently brand your enemies as Nazis, as fascists, and you call anyone you disagree with these slanderous terms. You call them PDF files. And your chat and viewer base is even more crazier than you. They totally get the message and they go, hey, I'm actually a good person for eliminating this Nazi, this fascist, these PDF file, you know? And then they go in real life and commit some heinous type of shit. So that's what people are pointing out. The fact that you are so unbelievably careless with these type of labels. Who is the fascist according to...
Dude, it's not careless, bro. Being careless is when you're walking upstairs with like a carton of eggs from the lobby of your apartment, and then you like accidentally trip and fall and you break all the eggs in the elevator. That's careless, okay? You weren't paying attention. He's paying full attention. Everything he does is careful. These labels are careful attacked. This is where Pegasus is wrong. He attributes incorrectly incompetence and ignorance where there is malice, okay? When something is careless, you know, it's done by accident. It's not done with the intention of the outcome. Every outcome that he creates, he is intending to create. The outcome where people start calling Nuxtaku a pedophile or Tectone a pedophile and a rapist are outcomes that he has perfectly designed to do. That's what he wants. Everything that he says is intentional. It's not careless, bro.
Son, let's see. Aspen
America deserved 9/11. Was that an accident? Like what?
Gold, Tectone, XQC, Ethan, basically anyone that disagrees with him even slightly. If you had any semblance of remorse for what you've done, how much damage you've actually done to the world, you would retire immediately. You know, you would stop your disgusting propaganda content and you would stop advocating violence. In fact, you're just lucky you're not in prison at this point. It's only a matter of time with the type of shit you've said and done. You threatened Klein, his wife, you freaking insect, and he claims to be the victim. Holy shit, it makes me sick. Yeah, he's always wondering, why is Ethan calling me out? Maybe because you said his wife was a valid military target.
Doesn't matter.
Did he actually say that?
Podcast.
There's no way he said that.
Because
what?
He said his wife was a valid military target.
Doesn't matter if it's your favorite podcaster's like wife that participate in these raids. The violence that the Palestinians engage in an act of resistance against this illegal occupying force is literally legal, definitionally legal.
Yo. Oh my God, this guy's insane.
It's just the truth.
Moving on.
Yeah, it's just the truth, bro. If you want to go snipe Ethan Klein's wife, you'd be fine in my books. You're fucked in the head. Holy shit, this guy's an insaniac.
Legal, definitionally legal.
Dude, holy
legal. Okay? It's just the truth.
Moving on to Ethan. Ethan has made his return to TikTok.
It's just my true opinion.
Here he talks about left.
He didn't name it. He didn't name her in it, but the heavily implication was there. It was an obvious reference to her. Bro, who else is he referring to? Your favorite podcaster whose wife just so happened to serve in the IDF? Is Joe Rogan's wife serving the IDF? Yeah, I don't fucking think so. I think it's pretty obvious who that's referring to.
Is cheering on Charlie Kirk's passing.
If you consider yourself a gun control activist and you find yourself cheering on the assassination of Charlie Kirk, then you are the problem. Being a principled activist means staying true to the whole point of the cause.
Ethan, you poor thing. You don't understand. These people are not about principle. You think anyone's going to hear the fact that they're being unprincipled after celebrating Charlie Kirk's death and revert their take? Wait a second. I was supporting his death, but then I realized it was unprincipled, so I'm going to unsupport his death. Dude, these people love to see bloodshed as long as it's against people who they deem to be acceptable of it. You just saw it with Hassan. There is no principles, dude. They're like idealistically against guns, but when it comes down to it, they'd love to see the people they hate get shot. It's not about guns, dude, like at all. I like him a lot, but unfortunately, I feel like a lot of people live in this world where they think that people would like change their mind on something upon realizing that the thing they also believe makes them a hypocrite, but that's not how it works. A lot of people just like seeing things even though it contradicts what they what they claim to believe, It happens on the right too. Like a lot of people claim they don't actually hate gay people, but if a gay person gets beat up in school, they'd say, "Oh, okay, yeah, based, bro, bring back bullying." Like that's the reality of it. It does happen on both sides. It's not really about principles. It's about what you like seeing at the end of the day. But in this case, what we're talking about is a dude getting shot in the throat, gushing blood in front of a crowd of people at a college, and a lot of people who are, celebrating this claim to not support, gun ownership or gun rights, right? But they clearly support it. Clearly, they don't care that it makes them unprincipled. That little quaint observation doesn't really mean anything. Me pointing that out doesn't mean anything. Because what? I'm calling them a hypocrite? I don't care. I care that they're evil. Hypocrisy doesn't make you evil. Supporting someone's death does. The hypocrisy really isn't the problem. Because he's saying the hypocrisy is the problem.
The point is to reduce gun violence. Everybody has a right to not be shot when they go outside.
Yes.
Even the people who advocate for more guns. Because the principle is what's important. We're protecting everybody or we're protecting nobody. We don't get to...
And I agree with this. He's right, but unfortunately, these people are going to hear that, and they're not going to, care.
Make distinctions about who is a valid target for...
Unfortunately, this is one of those things where he's just preaching to the choir. I see this and I agree, but I also didn't support his death. If I see this and I did support his death, I just don't care.
Being shot, if you actually believe in gun control and lowering gun violence. If you're gleeful in the face of what happened, not only are you a sick, demented human being, but I want you to know that I despise you, and I hope you will never watch my videos ever again.
That is the actual good response to when you see someone celebrating the death of a civilian. Good on Ethan, man. He's really separating himself from the scourge that is Hassan and his extremist lefty side of politics. You can just see the absolute complete difference in someone with empathy and someone like Hassan who uses any opportunity to get political points. And the things I've seen online are so crazy, he deserved it because he advocated for gun rights. Dude, you're allowed to have a difference in opinion. He never advocated for his political opponents to be assassinated. This event has truly opened my eyes to the absolute disgusting nature of some people and the consequences of people like Hassan and the media, the constant media manipulation going on, right? It really seems like demons walk among us. And, you know, these might have been regular people at one time, but they've consumed so much of this social media content, so much of Hassan Piker rhetoric, that they have actually become his trained zombies, essentially. He's completely right.
Yeah, it's like you support gun rights but not murder rights. Ha ha, ha ha. Can I get my Reddit karma? It's like, dude, no, you're a fucking idiot, dude. It's like actually insane.
If you take joy in killing or murder, you're not a good person. I can't believe this is a hot take these days. As someone who's never considered himself right-wing and always laughed at the idea, I will say this entire situation has been eye-opening for me. I was starting to agree with Ethan's takes, now I'm a fan. Ethan scolds Hassan for pushing conspiracies about Charlie Kirk shooter, who we now know is 22-year-old Tyler Robinson.
Oh, Ethan's gonna... Oh, okay, yeah.
Hassan is crafty.
I thought it said Hassan is scolding Ethan about pushing conspiracies. I'm like, there's no way this guy is mad about conspiracy pushing.
The narrative that Israel killed Charlie Kirk. Netanyahu, Israel was not behind the assassination of Charlie Kirk. That's a weird thing to say.
Okay, that is a weird thing to say, though. Like, he's kind of right.
This can't be real. Could
Why did he say that?
Israel be behind Charlie?
Okay, now you see, now you're dragging it, bro. I feel like there's a difference between saying that's a weird thing to say and then saying that's a weird thing to say and then using whatever. You get what I'm trying to say.
Oh my god. Dude, I'm so done with this guy. This is such a weird title to have, man.
It's like when I get up on my camera and say, yo, guys, I did not assassinate Charlie Kirk, guys. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what the fuck are you trying to say?
Son, but the shooter is real. The shooter is real. Oh, classic. Right, moving on to the shooter's ammunition. He had these engravings written on them. Notices bulges. Oh, whoa, what's this? Hey, fascist catch. There's like a Helldivers thing. Oh, Bella Ciao, Bella Ciao. I only know this from Money Heist, the show. It's like some anti-fascist like song or something. If you read this, you were gay. Right, I think it's pretty obvious this is some unhinged fucking lunatic.
So I'm pretty sure this guy was dating a dude who thought he was a girl and fucked him in the butt every single night. So he was projecting his insecurities onto the world. And I guess he was so frustrated that Charlie Kirk's like anti-LGBTQ talking points were being listened to by hundreds of millions of people that he had to shoot him for it, even though at the end of the day, what you do is you just go up there and you debate him and then you try to change his mind as to why his beliefs are wrong. I put that in quotes too, by the way, because a lot of what he says is not anti-LGBTQ whatsoever. I mean, he's pro-gay marriage. One of his first tours that he did around college campuses was with a gay black conservative named Rob Smith, and he actually got pushback from that from the far right in what was called the Groyper War. I mean, I know all the lore here, guys. I mean, you're talking to the lore master. Listen, at the end of the day, Charlie Kirk, you know, people are talking about his extreme beliefs. It's like, you think that's extreme? You think that's the extreme beliefs? Oh, okay.
Break, and obviously Hassan is immediately trying to say this is some right-wing person or something.
They have no idea.
And honestly, I don't even know what the heck this is. This is some cringe-ass, like, oh, dude, notices bow? Like, is that like furry shit or,
Yeah, I think he's a gay furry.
Here we got Shoe on Head talking about it. She's a left-wing creator. This guy says, one guy acted alone and they want to go to war. It's like they were looking for any reason. Hey, pal, you just blowing from Stupid Town? One guy acted alone. Then we saw the reaction of millions, some posting with their full names and faces. Teachers, childcare workers, healthcare workers, HR professionals, game developers, hundreds of thousands of people that walk amongst us every day who live next door to us, people I thought were friends, people I thought were normal people, celebrating the gruesome public execution of a father.
Dude, Shu, I'm gonna throw some money. I don't know if I can bet on this with like Polymarket or Kalshi or whatever. If there's like some bet that I can put that says Shu on Head's gonna go full right wing, I want to place that bet because she's a normal person and she's online and she's seeing what's happening. Dude, there's no way that doesn't change her. There's no way she doesn't look at this and then turn into the next like absolutely influential female sort of like socially right wing person on YouTube because there's just no way you're looking at this stuff. And I think she's married now. After being online for so long, there's just no way she looks at this and does not get somewhat radicalized. I mean,
shot in the freaking throat in front of his young children, celebrating because he politically does not agree with them. We saw their real beliefs when the In This House Believe shitlib mask was ripped off.
Yeah.
Sociopathic freaks. I mean, this is a left-wing person saying this shit as well.
I mean, I don't know if she's like, you know, super left-wing. Actually, I'm saying that as if I don't know, but she's based.
Dude, it's like, it's pretty obvious at this point that anyone who doesn't condemn this is just completely insane. And I feel like if you are that far into politics, you really need a level of mental assessment. You need to, you know, log off, touch grass, and not be—
This week has definitely radicalized some people, brother. Hundreds of thousands, if not millions, okay? If not tens of millions, fuck me. I'm telling you, bro, I mean, when I saw Nick Fuentes get 200,000 concurrent viewers on Rumble talking about this, that's your sign. That's your, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for here? Confirmation? Yeah.
So unbelievably hateful, finding 1,000,001 ways to justify it, taking 500 quotes of him out of context. Moving on to Hassan clips going viral all over Twitter. People are catching on to the numerous times this piece of shit has advocated violence. Nobody calls for violence more explicitly or frequently than Hassan.
If you cared about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would
kill Rick Scott.
Okay? You wouldn't make Rick Scott, former governor of Florida, Rick Scott, you wouldn't make him the current, what is his current office? What is he? He's the Richard Lynn Scott, is an American attorney, businessman, politician, Navy veteran, serving as the senior United States Senator from Florida, a seat he has held since 2019.
It's hurt poor people that they can afford housing in Berkeley. I don't know how that works.
My understanding is that the property owners who have properties there choose just not to rent it at all.
Yeah, kill them. Kill those motherfuckers and murder those motherfuckers in the street. Let the streets soak in their fucking red capitalist bloods, dude.
I'm sick and tired of it. Left-wingers, liberals, you need to be fucking showing your opponent's guts on there, okay? You need to be gutting them. You need to be shanking these motherfuckers and letting their intestines just ride on stage. What the fuck is this shit, man?
You're a pussy, bro. Do it then.
Man, slice them up. Slice them and fucking...
Yeah, slice them up, guys. 70,000 people, none of them do it. The reality is a lot of these people don't have anything to lose, and so they might take this to heart. But yet again, even having nothing to lose, being a fucking loser Hassan viewer, they still don't have the courage or the testosterone to go out there and fucking do it. These pussies. Not a challenge, but I'm letting you know, you guys are pussies.
Dice them. What the fuck is this?
874.
And honestly, I'm letting you know this for a fact. You know, out of 70,000, even though 99% of them could be pussies, if that 1%, if that 0.01% of them does do something terrible, that's going to fall back on the rest of them. So, and whose fault will it be at the end of the day? Mr. Piker.
Bellevue Drive, and I'm going to kill you with my AR-15. Like, that's the type of messages they were leaving in this dude's, office. And he's resigning.
Dude.
Like, he's literally, this is his last term. So I think that people are a lot more radical.
Yeah, the classic Mr. I never advocate violence. Mr. I'm so much better than Charlie Kirk. My worldview is so much better. I'm just thinking, what would happen if right after Hassan said, you know, K. Rick Scott, right? If somebody went and actually killed him, wouldn't Hassan be under investigation? Like Hassan is just lucky nobody was crazy enough to actually do that, because he would actually be investigated. He would be thrown in prison. It's just ridiculous. This guy is allowed to do this over and over and over again, and he just doesn't stop. But
every time I hear the Hassan clip, it makes my blood boil. How does an evil piece of shit like that get to a place where he can influence others? Well, that's a great question. And the answer, his uncle.
By the way, this guy is so hypocritical. He's advocating for the death of his own mom, who is also a landlord. You just can't be serious, bro. What kind of a loony, absolute psycho freak actually says that? How? I just don't get it. Like, this is the most unfair shit I've ever seen in my life. Twitch CEO Dan Clancy gooning to this as we speak. Hassan, I love you, Hassan. I got you a special gift for your birthday. Happy birthday, dear Hassan.
Happy birthday to you.
Moving on to local jellyfish Ludwig.
I need to hear what he
Asked
said.
him about the Charlie Kirk situation.
Oh, man.
And he disavowed it.
Dude, I need to hear what he says.
Sorta, while randomly bringing up Palestine for no reason. And we'll get to his chat as well.
Let's put up some predictions, guys. We're thinking whataboutism,
Which is very similar.
Everyone who's dying is it's sad. When they die, it's also sad.
To Hassan's chat, actually.
Are you talking about Charlie Kirk? Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk, bro. But no, I don't generally do politics. Most of the time I watch TikToks. If you look at my last few videos.
Most of the time I don't do politics. Although I want to say that he's right about that, and it's definitely not more true than if Hassan said he doesn't do politics, because Ludwig definitely doesn't do politics as much. But, I mean, you know, he does tend to give some thoughts here and there, so... But I'll give him this,
Rest in piss.
I'll give him this.
I think that's... I don't like that. I'm not as ghoulish as other people. I see a lot of very ghoulish people online. People celebrate the death of other people so casually. And not just in this Charlie Kirk incident. I think I see a lot of people do it about the lives of like Palestinians. I see a lot of people do it about the lives of like politicians. And there's just such a callousness to life that I find so gross.
You know what's gross?
I thought that was actually really good.
Your audience, Ludwig, saying rest in peace.
I mean, yeah, that is gross, but I'm not gonna, I mean, I don't know. I'll give him that. That's a very fair response. I do think the internet does not see the sanctity of life that I think exists in everybody, right?
This is not a good response right there. Jelly would be like, I find it so gross. The callousness to life. It's disgusting.
I agree.
Don't mind me. About to play another game of basketball with my best buddy, Hamas Piker. And
yeah, but I don't want to take away from what he said there.
You know, look at
I mean, I don't know. That's not that bad.
nudes with them. Also,
even though I want the opportunity to shit on Ludwig as much as the rest guy, or as much as the next guy, like if he said something dumb, that wasn't bad, like at all.
My girlfriend's gonna inflate his wallets even more with her podcast. Also, dude, why the fuck do these guys always need to bring up Palestine out of nowhere?
Well, it's not out of nowhere, per se. When he's talking about how people on the internet don't seem to appreciate the sanctity and the beauty of life and the value of life, I think he's talking about how he might see some people regarding a military conflict as just numbers, right? You can replace Palestinians with Israelis and vice versa, or Russians, Ukrainians. I guess maybe I'm being more charitable here than I should be, but I don't think that's the biggest deal in the world.
Bro, you can just say it's wrong without immediately bringing up something else to downplay it.
He's not downplaying it. No, Pegasus, this is incorrect. No, that's not downplaying the death of Charlie Kirk at all. By saying that people online are fucking weird and they celebrate people's deaths all the time, and here's an example of them doing it, he's not saying that this example is less meaningful than this.
It's just so stupid and performative. Basically what's happening here is Ludwig's audience has a big crossover with Hassan's audience, and he's not allowed to say that celebrating someone's death is bad without people shitting on him for it. So he has
Well, he just did.
to instantly bring up something they agree with, right? Like Palestine. So he's like, Charlie Kirk's assassination is bad, guys, but don't criticize me. Palestine, guys. I said Palestine as well. You can't criticize me. I said Gaza situation bad, please.
And ultimately, you know, unless we're talking about like a fucking murderer, you know, someone who's truly taken the lives of other people directly, I just think it's shit. I think it's a shit thing to do. What if it leads to murders with words? Unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, depending on your point of view, that is like the price of freedom of speech, and I'm for it. Do I think he had good speech?
This
no,
is
but that is
based.
what freedom
This
of
is
speech
based.
is. So I don't know if I agree with that sentiment.
So he says, yes, Charlie's assassination is bad, but his words probably led to more deaths, essentially implying that in some twisted world, it's justified.
I don't think that's what he said, though.
You are such a damn jellyfish. Like, how hard is it to condemn something?
Like, okay, I like Pegasus a lot, right? Like, just person to person, I do. And I maybe don't need to say this before what I'm about to say, but I just don't think this is correct. I don't think that that's what he's saying.
Without inserting 50 points to defend yourself in between it. Like, dude, if your audience is hounding you for saying that celebrating a death is bad, then your audience sucks and
That's
you
true.
need a new one.
I
The
mean,
fact that you
I agree with
share
that.
similar viewers to Hassan Piker is absolutely disgusting and embarrassing. You should be ashamed. Look at this chat. Charlie Kirk, rest in piss, bozo. Rest in piss. Rest in piss. I think if someone doesn't have regard for other people's lives, I don't care for theirs either. Because he thinks deaths from gun violence are worth it, and now he's one of them.
Yeah, these people are fucking idiots. I agree. And I agree that to some extent, when he disagrees with them, that's, you know, kind of the, that's him beefing with his own creation. Yet I don't think that that makes anything that he said incorrect.
Freedom of speech means that I can say rest in piss too. Smiley. He didn't care about kids in school. Like, this is just blatantly false, by the way.
Yeah,
Assassination
I mean, it's wrong.
shouldn't be the norm, but Kirk wholeheartedly deserved it.
That's stupid.
Jellywig continues to be spineless, a tale as old as time. Right, next let's check out the Hassan Piker articles popping up. Hassan sat down with Politico for an interview centered around Charlie Kirk and where America goes from here. I can't let fear dictate my life, Hassan Piker on the fallout from Charlie Kirk's killing. What is the best case of scenario where we go from here as a society? Best case is comprehensive gun reform. That sounds insane. I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. Worst case is what I'm seeing on Twitter. More and more of Twitter becoming real life, where people are getting increasingly more belligerent, increasingly more angry. Eventually going to be a boiling point. Right?
What do you think is contributing to that, though, you fucking dimwit?
It has to be a point.
Do you think it might be your audience who is greenlighting the violence that you're saying should happen? When you say kill Rick Scott, they say nodders. They say true, Omega lol. Like, what do you think this is?
Where all of the
I hope it doesn't become the norm, although I'm literally telling people that it should be the norm. Do you not understand that, like, what you're saying is directly in disagreement of what you're also saying? Like, again, I'm not trying to be like, oh, hypocrite, lol, but it's like, I mean, is he just fucking retarded? Like, does he not think that in order to have less gun violence, you have to say that you shouldn't kill somebody? You know, it's like, hey, maybe you say you didn't go shoot this guy, there'd be less violence.
that anger and frustration mounts,
Dude.
and in the absence of
People getting mad at people getting fired for making Charlie Kirk jokes. What happened to free speech? Weren't you the ones who brought up the freedom of consequence every time? Good point.
any sort of pressure valve, I think people look for different targets that they have designed as why they feel the way they need to do. It can be a litany of different marginalized population. What are you on about, bro? Holy shit, you encourage this shit. This guy's on stream saying KX person, and he's like, well, this is wow, this is getting too far. Black
Dude, you
and brown
fuck with
people,
violence.
Documented.
Oh my god.
Migrants, trans people. This guy's still fucking virtue signaling. You don't care about any of these groups, bro. I fear that is the worst case scenario. People in this decentralized way of seeking out vengeance, seeking out some distorted sense of justice in their own minds.
Wait.
Centralized way of seeking out vengeance, seeking out some distorted
This is the worst case scenario, but hold on a second. Didn't you fuck with Luigi Mangione?
sense of justice in their own minds. Says the guy who
Didn't you fuck with the dude who did you had the fucking Houthi on stream?
implied that Charlie brought this upon himself, and then, he fostered this landscape. And then I think political persecution. I mean, Trump just came out and released a video where he said, we're going to go after the left. We're going to go after everyone that's demonized the right, while also simultaneously saying we're going to do this in the spirit of free speech. Dude, a guy just tried to exercise his free speech and got shot for it. Yes, they should go after the people who, A, did the shooting, and the people who led to this. If you are constantly lying and slandering people, calling people Nazis and fascists, people are going to be justified in thinking they should go and murder these Nazis and fascists, because in a hypothetical world where everybody's evil, then this would be justified, right? But that is not the case.
Yeah.
What do you think it said about Charlie Kirk that he thought debate was one of the ways to release the pressure valve? Yeah, so the entire thing about Charlie was that he wanted to talk to the opposing
and this is correct, obviously.
side, right? Discuss those viewpoints. I don't think he was ever debating for the purpose of finding the truth or from a position of intellectual curiosity. Oh my god, this fucking guy. Somebody needs to explain to this guy that he legitimately is the biggest projector in human history. This guy, dude, after 100 episodes, I'm starting to get pissed off, bro.
So I do believe in this. Like, I mean, I do kind of agree with what he's saying in terms of Charlie Kirk not debating to find new opinions, right? I mean, like, that's sort of obvious. When his entire brand is around one set of ideas, he's not going to ever really truly be interested in discovering ideas that would contradict the ones that he's built his, sort of empire on. And that's obvious, right? There's no universe where Charlie Kirk debates somebody, becomes liberal, and then changes his entire organization, right? That's not going to happen. But Hassan also is like that. So it's like, why would you ever criticize him for doing that when you do the same exact thing?
Ministry, this guy, dude, after 100 episodes, I'm starting to get pissed off, bro. Debates are only productive in the sense of contest your opinion.
But he did allow the guests to ask or speak first. Oh, 100%, yeah. And I'm sure there's been instances where he's like, yeah, I don't have the answer. I'll have to get back to you on that. I'll have to think on that for sure, right? And maybe he has had his mind changed, a few times, but what I'm trying to get at is, like, I've had friends in my life that flip from liberal to conservative depending on what they hear. Charlie Kirk wouldn't ever flip to liberal, right? I mean, he is in his 30s at that point, and he knows what he believes, and so he's not gonna have, you know, this sort of like awakening where he's like, oh, I've been a liberal this whole time, and I've learned it, right? He actually did allow a platform, though. Yeah, 100%. I'm telling you for a fact that I agree that he debated fairly and honestly. I don't think he was a bad actor, but I don't think that he was ever trying to, you know, maybe have his mind changed, right? And that's fine, right? I mean, I don't even think he tried to display it as if he was trying to have his mind changed. I think he was trying to have an open, honest debate, and if you're in there trying to have your mind changed, you probably are not going into it with as firm beliefs as he did. So,
dude, in your debate against Ethan Klein that you lost, all you did was call him a racist piece of shit and crash out when he exposed the shit out of you. For Charlie,
open to hearing other sides, though, is intellectual curiosity. That's a great point. That's a great point. Yeah, intellectual curiosity. Yeah, 100%.
I think the format,
you're totally right. You're totally right.
Was more so to humiliate his ideological opponents, and he was very successful at doing propaganda of this sort. But going to college campuses and listening to what people had to say, and then giving them the right-wing talking points on the matter. Dude, you're literally saying he's listening to what people had to say. He lets people speak on the mic. That is exactly what turns down the temperature. That is exactly like letting people convey their points. Meanwhile, Hassan just wants to silence all criticism. There is some productivity that you can derive out of debates, which is why I was entertaining.
Like, I think it's hilarious that he's going to say he doesn't do it for intellectual curiosity, but what does he do for intellectual curiosity at all? Does he do this? Does he debate chatters? Or does he just consume the same media every single day and then regurgitate said media to his audience?
Doing it with Charlie. Well, you know what your chat was saying about it. Debate as corpse, right? Hassan sat down for another interview.
Jesus.
Dude, can we stop giving this guy... Dude, this guy like owns the media or something, bro. Are these all Taylor Lorenz's roaches or something? Hassan Piker, Charlie Kirk and his political ideology deserve an honest assessment. Says the guy trying to lie and slander him over and over again. This dude is doing a straight up press tour about a man who just got assassinated and left behind his 2 children and a wife. Hassan Piker is a huge pile of shit. Moving on to more people celebrating the assassination. This is our youth, guys.
How do you feel about Charlie Kirk getting assassinated?
Some people say it's deserved.
To get murdered in front of his children and family?
When God calls you home, you gotta go.
You think God called him home? It's well deserved. For him specifically getting killed, womp womp, he got what he deserved.
Yeah, fucking retards. What are you gonna do? I mean, like, again, like when I tell you these people need to be fired from their jobs, like again, because it's like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna hold the mic and then you're gonna say, oh, I disagree, and they're gonna be like, fuck you, he deserved to die. Like, I'm telling you, bro, these people need to be fired. There's no debating them.
Honestly, I feel like
you're supporting murder. You're supporting assassination and death. You're a violent person. You have violent proclivities. You need to be removed.
Got what you deserve. No shade.
Yo, yeah, no shade. Shut the fuck up. I hate bitches who talk like that. No shade. No offense, but you literally deserve to die. No offense. Shut the fuck up. I hate it. It's this feline feminine way of saying the most vicious shit, the most venomous poison you can spew. And then instead of a period, you say, no shade though. I think he deserved to get shot in the throat, and I think it's kind of cool. No shade though. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Holy fuck, you're scum.
Do you think it's disgusting to be celebrating someone's death?
Like, again, like this guy, I mean, I guess good for documenting these people, right? And not blurring their faces. But simultaneously, you're not really doing anything.
Well, coming from a perspective of...
don't you think it's bad to do this? Like, dude, you need to, like literally find out where she lives. Like, pretend to be her friend and then, like, you know, find her landlord and, like, get him to evict her or something, dude.
As a woman of color, and...
That justifies it?
100%, I feel like. Because nobody gave a fuck when it was MLK, Malcolm X, like,
we don't like those kind of deaths either.
There's no group of white people that I see pushing so hard for those type of deaths.
That was a while ago. We equally condemn those deaths.
Do we? I mean,
you're talking to me right now. Do you think that most conservative white men want black people to die?
Well, the one who recently just died, Charlie, definitely thought so. You basically wanted black people to be slaves.
No.
Oh God, bro, what do I even say?
Oh, he didn't. What the heck? Like, dude, you can disagree.
I've noticed we're at a point of politics where the truth, I mean, you can argue it never mattered, but we're at a point where what you just tell somebody to be true just becomes true. If you just tell someone Charlie Kirk believed in stoning the gays to death and slavery, if you just repeat it enough times, people believe it, right? If you just say, dude, I'm telling you, if you can convince enough people that something is true because, you know, they would like to believe it to be true, if you just tell them enough times, they'll just say, oh yeah, it's true. You know, Charlie Kirk raped It's like, that just never happened. You can just tell people that it happened and they'll just believe it.
With him, you can debate his views, but this non-stop slander and disgusting lies need to stop. He never said that shit unless your source is Hassan Biker. In that case, kind of makes sense, I guess. I've just seen so many lies floating around, so many quotes and clips out of context to smear this guy right after he died and essentially justify his death. Like, oh yeah, he hated gay people, he hated trans people, he wanted kids to die from school shootings. Like, of course, completely unhinged shit. Obviously, he doesn't want kids to die from school shootings. Like, you people are just fucking evil, obviously. You're purposely misrepresenting him any way you can in order to demonize him instead of actually just...
Dude, I'm telling you, watch Amir Odom and put that video out. He debunks all this shit. He's a gay black dude who's just right-leaning content creator. Dude, trust me, LOL. Like, no, I don't need to watch some guy debunk this shit to know that it's not true. You think I'm sitting here needing this to be... Look at this person. Listen to what she's saying. Do you think I need somebody to sit down and debunk this shit to me? Do I look like I have fucking, like I'm retarded? Like, you think I look at this person, I'm like, oh, whoa. What? Charlie Kirk supported slavery? No.
Fighting the beliefs, right? You couldn't debate him, so you killed him, right? If you disagree with him on gun control or any of the conservative beliefs, you should debate the positions. Don't try to get a free win by saying, well, he wanted slavery back. Like, of course he fucking didn't. Everybody with a brain cell knows that that's not true, and Hassan and all these lunatics spreading these like fake clips and out of context quotes is just disgusting. Considering Hassan cries about this shit all the time, it's just crazy to me.
I feel like, what are you talking about?
I feel like if you wish death on other people, for that to happen to you, it's kind of like, that's just karma.
Who does he wish death on?
He said awful things about trans people, doesn't care about their rights, or like, he's a conservative.
So if you don't like trans people, you deserve to be shot in the neck?
100%. The people who oppress us deserve to die. Like.
So if you don't like trans people, you deserve to be shot in the neck?
Yes. Like, he's made...
Wake up. Wake the fuck up, viewers. Wake up, guys. This is what we're up against. I mean,
he made it very...
I don't know what to say anymore, dude. Like, listen to this. There's no fucking sneaking around it. They're not even trying to hide it.
Very known verbally that he does not support any of us. And he spoke reckless, and I guess he got hit for that. So he put himself at risk saying all those nasty ass things and then going publicly in front of people.
Oh my god, this is like some, you deserve to get raped depending on what you wear. You deserve to get killed depending on what you say. It's the same logic.
Plus, he was the same person that said, guns live matter.
You know, it's so funny. These are the same people who, it's just the whole fuck around, find out mentality, which is just like destroying our society where, you know, if you, you know, if you like, if you're a white person and you say the soft A N-word in like a joking context and then you get stabbed because a black person found it to be racially insensitive, well, you had it coming. Holy shit, dude, we live in hell.
Matter, right? So obviously what happened to him is just like, he would approve of it. Guns lives matter. Someone used the gun and it saved lives. We agree. I agree. I don't care if it's ignorance or coming out of hatred from my heart. It's just, it's opinionated.
Yeah, that just shows...
Like, I don't know, bro.
Shows you the IQ of these people. What the heck is guns lives matter? I have never...
quote unquote, guns lives matter.
Heard that in my entire life. That's how you know this person has no idea what they're even talking about. You took Black Lives Matter and guns and combined it into Guns Lives Matter.
It's like something that nobody's ever said.
I've literally never heard that, you absolute imbecile. It's an inanimate object. It doesn't have a life.
Yeah.
The issue being debated is gun control, not guns lives matter. You fucking peon. And about the LGBT thing, you're allowed to have your beliefs. You don't deserve to get shot for it. And I highly doubt you represented him correctly in any capacity, obviously. No soul, zero intellectual capacity, celebrates the death of someone they've never clearly listened to. Are these people actually demons? I'd say I hope her professional career is over, but she doesn't appear to be a professional at anything. Shows how brainwashed these people are. It really does. Moving on to Charlie's wife talking about their dog.
Oh, I don't know if I want to watch this. This is just so sad. Yeah, I mean, I probably, you know what? I'm going to end the video here. This is when it gets very real, and I hate to see her grieving, and, you know, I mean, if I watch that, I'm gonna cry. So I don't want to cry. But I mean, the rest of this I think is pretty obvious. I think the rest of this he's gonna talk about Asmongold's campaign to get these people fired, which I 100% support. Do not let people who support public assassination to have a job. Pretty obvious, dude. Anyway, yeah, that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like and subscribe. See ya.